Sky begins another morning in silence, but something extraordinary is about to unfold. Every brushstroke, every careful motion carries the promise of discovery. The forest is still yet alive, holding secrets just waiting to be revealed. A gentle morning light slowly illuminates the small bamboo cottage, marking the start of a decade of silence. In the quiet studio, Sky begins his long daily practice, grinding ink with steady and patient hands. Soon his gaze rests upon the endless bamboo trees, gathering strength from the stillness of the forest. When the brush touches the paper, the world around him fades into a single focused dark ink stroke. At that moment, he studies every doubtful line, patiently searching for perfection in complete solitude. Gradually, the silent midday hours pass through the small hermitage while he remains seated with quiet endurance. A moment later, he lifts a warm cup of tea, finding a little peace inside the difficult journey of practice. Meanwhile, faith rises again within him, urging him to refine the brushwork to which he has given his youth. At the same time, a deep black stroke appears strongly on the thin paper, filled with hope and resolve. As evening softens beside the wooden porch, he keeps practicing, forgetting the quiet passage of time. After a simple meal, he carefully gathers each written sheet, cherishing the marks left by many years. When warmth slowly fills the small kitchen, he steps onto the porch and breathes the pure mountain air. Then the bamboo branches stretch in the wind, seeming to understand the heart of the artist living in seclusion. At last the still night falls, and distant stars shine upon the lonely path he has chosen to follow. From then on, the little lamp inside the hermitage becomes his only companion, witnessing countless sleepless nights of practice. In the silence of the long night, every brushstroke becomes a confession and a wish to awaken an entire dynasty. Gradually, exhaustion grows heavy upon his shoulders, and he falls asleep beside the old dark inkstone. Then the early mist covers the small hermitage, as if hiding the secret of a 10-year brushstroke. When the first light of dawn slips through the bamboo, he begins another day with faith that never fades. At this hour, he carefully wipes the wooden desk, preparing a fresh sheet for the long road of 10 years. After that, raindrops begin to tap upon the porch roof, carrying the quiet mood of earth and sky. As the rain murmurs, his spirit blends with the brush, seeking freedom inside the discipline of strict form. From that point, each character becomes lighter and clearer, soaked in the patience he has cultivated for so long. A moment later, he observes the result, a straight stroke like a bright sword awakening the court. Meanwhile, his worries about the future seem to dissolve with the gentle rain outside the window. When the shower slowly ends, golden sunlight spreads across the bamboo forest, promising something new and bright. At that moment, a faint smile appears on his lips, marking a turning point after many lonely years. Slowly, he begins to draw the final characters, each one carrying the force to change his destiny. Beside the porch, the brush rises decisively, bringing the breath of the mountains into every sharp line. Finally, after 10 patient years, the sentence is complete and waits for the day it will awaken the dynasty. As morning passes, the bamboo forest stands silently around him, guarding the ancient secret of the calligrapher. Gradually, everything is arranged with care, as if nothing extraordinary happened in the quiet night. Then he studies the perfect writing and understands that the time has come for the words to be heard. As dawn widens across the hills, he puts on his plain robe and prepares for the journey toward the city. And then the bamboo door closes behind him, opening a new chapter in the life of the poor calligrapher. Now he walks along the familiar mountain path, carrying a brushwork that holds the soul of his homeland. Gradually, the little hermitage disappears behind him, replaced by rolling mountains beneath the early sunlight. After that, a clear stream flows past him as if washing away the sorrow of 10 years of discipline. At the stream, he stops to wash his face, calming his mind before entering the capital. Meanwhile, his determined eyes look into the water, as if facing the person he has become after every trial. At last, the sunlight filters through the shaded branches, protecting the artist as he continues down the long road. From then on, his figure looks small against the world. Yet the writing he carries contains a sky of learning. As afternoon descends, he observes ordinary life, feeling the closeness of thatched roofs and working hands. Then he rests beside an old well, drinking cool water to regain strength for the road ahead. Meanwhile, villagers along the roadside look at him with curiosity, unaware that he carries a miraculous piece of writing. When sunset reddens the horizon, he keeps walking without stopping, moving toward the distant capital. Gradually, night covers the land, and he sleeps beneath an ancient tree while waiting for the bright morning. Then dawn wakes the forest again, giving fresh energy to the brave artist as he continues forward. At this moment, the majestic city gate appears far ahead, where he will present the work of 10 years. After that, he pauses and takes a deep breath, ready to let his brush awaken the dynasty. And then he joins the busy crowd, walking toward the palace where the king waits beyond the gates. Now he feels the breath of the city, so different from the stillness of the old bamboo groves. Gradually, he finds the government gate, where the decade-long brushwork may finally stand before the world. Then he gives the calligraphy to an official, hoping the words will reach the hearts of noble people. Meanwhile, he waits with patience, allowing the work of 10 years to complete its mission for the kingdom. At last, the free blue sky above seems to watch the turning point of the gifted poor artist. From that moment, the important hour arrives, and he enters the palace to face his own destiny. When golden light fills the great hall, he feels a strange calmness spreading through his entire heart. Gradually, he unrolls the calligraphy, and the writing of 10 years shines with his honest soul. After that, silence covers the palace, as if everyone is listening to the feeling hidden inside the ink. Meanwhile, the officials begin to feel moved by the sharp brushwork, awakening feelings long forgotten in their hearts. When the light falls upon the words, the power of 10 years seems to stir the sleeping dynasty. At last, whatever the result may be, his heart remains free because he has offered his spirit to life. From then on, he leaves the palace with a quiet smile, knowing the mission of 10 years is complete. Now he turns back toward the old bamboo forest, carrying a peaceful stillness deep within his heart. Gradually, the sunset glows with happiness, lighting the road that guides the calligrapher back to his roots. Then the bamboo hermitage welcomes him home, peaceful as though it had never been separated from him. Meanwhile, the small lamp shines softly again, like a loyal companion greeting the talented artist after his journey. At last, beside a warm cup of tea, he enjoys peace after a path shaped by patience and devotion. From then on, thousands of stars seem to smile upon the artist who helped awaken the kingdom. Now he sits quietly outside the porch, watching the night mountains with a heart full of tenderness. Gradually, the night wind moves through the bamboo, whispering gratitude for the path he has traveled. After that, sleep arrives gently, carrying dreams of a kingdom slowly changing with every new day. Meanwhile, a clear dawn appears again, bringing a new morning filled with generous hope and gentle light. At last, the artist wakes with pride, knowing his brush has touched the heart of the entire dynasty. From then on, every branch and blade of grass around him seems brighter beneath the morning sun. At this hour, he drinks early tea, feeling calmness in every refined flavor of the simple life. Gradually, he spends time painting freely, no longer burdened by the pressure of his decade of discipline. After that, he looks across the vast bamboo forest, feeling his heart merge with nature's peace. Meanwhile, wildflowers along the small path bloom brightly, welcoming the beautiful arrival of another day. At last, he finds joy in old books, enjoying knowledge and inner freedom with a quiet mind. From then on, sunset lowers across the porch, covering the hermitage in a golden and peaceful glow. Now he carefully arranges every tool, preserving the bamboo cottage in neatness and graceful simplicity. Gradually, he studies his face in the mirror, seeing that all the difficult years were truly worthwhile. After that, he meditates in silence, joining the space of the cottage as it sinks into night. Meanwhile, the starry sky sparkles above, congratulating the artist for living a complete and devoted life. At last, he blows out the lamp and falls into a deep sleep, after a journey as gentle as music. From then on, the small hermitage rests under moonlight, protecting the artist in his peaceful dreams. Now the breath of the bamboo forest at night feels soft, carrying quiet feelings back to earth and sky. Even after the palace has heard his words, he does not chase applause, choosing instead the honesty of the quiet hills. He cleans the brush with great care, remembering that every masterpiece begins again with humility after the praise has faded. The inkstone, worn by countless circles of grinding, feels like a witness to the silent years that shaped his spirit. He places the finished scroll inside a simple wooden box, not as a trophy but as a memory of perseverance. Outside, the bamboo leaves shimmer in the moonlight, each leaf sounding like a small bell in the night wind. Sky understands that the strongest voice is sometimes the one that waits patiently until the world is ready to listen. His hands are older now, yet they move with a peace that was missing at the beginning of the journey. Every visitor who later passes the hermitage feels the calm of the place before they even see the door. Some come asking for a powerful line, but he gives them tea first, teaching that wisdom begins with stillness. Children from nearby villages sometimes watch him practice, amazed that a single brush can hold so much feeling. He smiles at them gently, never boasting, and shows how patience can turn trembling hands into steady ones. Through these simple days, the legacy of his 10 years begins to spread far beyond the palace walls. The dynasty may remember the scroll, but the forest remembers the man who wrote it in silence. And then the tender moonlight covers the little